You settle down, darling. Settle down. Afternoon, pet pros. So we're here for day three. Sorry for the slight delay. Um, oh, let me just. Oh, this all. Oh, the live's doing something crazy. Okay, I'm hoping that it's live. Sorry for the slight delay. My dog just decided to have a lovely barking fit next to me because someone slammed their car door outside. So I had to just make sure that she was nice and settled before actually going live. So yeah, ever so slightly late today. But I hope you're all well, hope you're all good, and you are excited about what you're going to learn today. So we're digging into your sales strategy. So we've been through two very important steps of the impact system so far. So I just want to recap this. And the replays are obviously available if you haven't caught up yet. You can absolutely do that. They are available on the replay page or they're in the featured section of this group as well. So there's lots of different areas for you to actually access these replays. Don't forget to do your homework as well. So there are two homework threads at the moment for day one and day two. Make sure you put those in. Okay, so as I mentioned, there's going to be prizes for the most engaged. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning one of those prizes, you need to get involved this week, right? I want you to get involved, go all in, because that's how you're going to get the most out of this experience. So we've had day one was all about your idea and fleshing out, what format you're going to be choosing for your passive income offer. What is the title, no, the transformation statement for that passive income offer. And then yesterday we looked at your lead magnet and what you're going to be creating for your lead magnet. What's the format going to be? And what is the title of your lead magnet? Okay. So, let me make sure that I can see your comments as always. Awesome. Hey, Eliza, good to see you. And Sarah, amazing. Deepest joy better than donut. Sarah, I'm sorry my home hasn't been done yet, as I want to redo my homework one. Yeah, no worries at all. Yeah, so this is going to be available for like at least a week from now. So yeah, there's plenty of time for you to do that homework, get that in. Try to just keep up with it though as we go along. If you can do that, it's going to be better for you, right? Because we're doing it day by day by day. Try not to fall behind, commit to doing this work. That's the thing as well. Because procrastination is it's one of those things. I try not to do it myself as a person. I encourage my clients to try not to do that as well because it can just hinder your progress. And there can be lots of reasons why you procrastinate as well. So yeah, let's try and like commit to this. Do it. Like take responsibility for yourselves here. Sarah, day three, let's go. Yes, love that. Sarah, I want to make sure I do one that I will be actually be using. Sorry, yeah, and I just want to be happy with yeah, absolutely. For sure. So, we've been brainstorming that all this week as well. Um, so hopefully you've got some ideas, and I've given you some feedback. So I am trying to come in and give people, as many people feedback as well on their homework. Kish, good to see you as well. I don't have time to procrastinate. I love that. Awesome. Okay, right. All right, let's get to this. So today, it's all about your sales strategy and how you're actually going to attract people into your passive income offer. Like, this is really important because, as I mentioned, you can't just put it up on your website, have your sales page there, and expect all of the people to go to that and buy like your online course or join your membership or your group program or buy your ebook, whatever it is. Um, Unless you have loads and loads and loads of traffic going to your website on like a monthly basis, we need to make sure that we're doing things to market ourselves, get ourselves out there, and very specific like campaigns and strategies and systems to ensure that we do that on a regular basis. Um, so yeah, there are two things that I want to share with you today, essentially. one thing I want to mention as well before we dig into this is like, don't get overwhelmed by all of this and start thinking like a million steps ahead. I wanted to simplify this as much as possible and get you thinking about some of the key components of this system, of this strategy, and just do very simple tasks here that are going to get you started in those specific areas. Yes, there are steps to this, right? There are a number of different things that we need to do to get these things set up, but we're not doing it like all at once. That's the thing. Approach this as with anything, as with literally anything in business and anything like in life that you want to achieve. It's a step by step by step process, okay? And the moment that we get overwhelmed is when we start thinking too many steps ahead and we're focusing on like, oh, so yeah, I want to create this online course, I want to create this ebook, this has to connect to that, and I can't do that before I do this. And then, oh, I've got to understand like what platforms I'm using. Oh God, I've got to set up some automations and things like that. Yeah, okay, but there might be some of these things like further down the road, but we're doing it step by step by step. Okay, it's like it's all about baby steps. That's how business works. That's how these things work. But the beauty about this side of things is like, yes, we're going to spend some time initially setting these things up, but it's then going to become so much easier long term, like into the future, when you've got these things created and they're already set up, and then you just have to yeah, like talk about them and have these systems in place that will do the work for you. So, yeah, okay, there's work initially, but we're creating something that for the long term is going to be like an incredibly sustainable business model, and it's going to give you ultimately more freedom in the long run, more income in the long run, and allow you to make a bigger impact in this world as well, right? That's what this is all about. Sue, homework done, just need to put in details. Looking forward to today. Awesome. Love that. I can turn mine in tomorrow. Been a zoo here. Nobody coming or going tomorrow. Awesome. Love that. I do that, then do nothing at all and get all confused. Yeah. Yeah. So we're looking at it from like what needs to happen today, what are the tasks that I need to do today. So we're breaking this down to really simple tasks. Don't think too far ahead, right? Um, yeah, okay. I just wanted to mention that because I can see a couple of people essentially saying, I've got, there's too many ideas going around in my head now, and I'm not sure which one to go for. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed. So I wanted to, address that. And of course, I'm here to support you during this week as well. And if you decide that long term you want that support from me going forwards as well, there's an option for that, and I'll be talking about that tomorrow. So yeah. Okay, so to sell our passive income offers, our online courses, memberships, group programs, we need to have a way of like launching these things, right? So we need a sales strategy for that. And essentially we do that with launches ultimately, first and foremost, because this is a great way to bring lots and lots of people into your passive income offer at one time. So it's a way to bring in this big cash injection into your business by launching. Okay. So, what we mean by launches, because this can be many things in business, and you may have heard this term, you may not have heard this term. There's a lot around, in the business space, in the kind of online business space. It's just turned into launching when actually it's just like a marketing campaign, is what it is. Which is why part of the impact system, C stands for campaign for me, because it's like a just an easy thing to understand rather than launches. Like people have just adapted that phrase over the years. But essentially it's just a marketing campaign. So what we're essentially doing is putting on like a free live event that can be in lots of different forms. Okay. So this right here what you're in right now is a launch. Okay, so so meta, isn't it? It's so meta. I'm talking about these things and we're in it. Is that what, yeah, that's kind of what that means, isn't it? So yeah, this right here is a launch. So there are lots of different launches that you can actually run for your business. You could run like a masterclass, like a 60-minute masterclass or webinar, whatever you want to call it. So this is essentially where you're bringing some, like lots of people, you want to bring lots and lots of people into it, into a free event where you're live and you're showing up and you're sharing your value, your expertise with that audience. And you're taking them through something very specific again. So you're solving a very specific problem for people. And you're addressing some of those like common objections that they may have to doing the specific thing that you're talking about, and you're giving them some very quick wins on that webinar, on that masterclass. So you're just like, you're giving them all of this value up front. And then at the end of that 60-minute masterclass, you're then just literally talking about your specific online course, membership, group program, whatever that looks like for you. You're inviting them to step into that, to buy that thing, and saying, if you want to take this further, if you want to get all of the steps that you need, all of the support that you need, this is the best next step to do that, right? And you literally just give them all of the details of that, what the benefits are, who it's for, how much it is, where they can go and buy it. You talk all about that specific thing for like 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, right? You're really this is the thing as well that I see a lot of people doing when they put on masterclasses and webinars. They'll give so much value up front and then they just skim through the sales part because they don't want to talk about selling, and they don't want to talk about they don't want to basically ask people to buy something from them. So they get very quiet and they just like brush past the point where they're talking about their online course or their membership or the group program. And we don't want to be doing that. This is the point for your online course, your membership, your group program to really shine, right? And you want to be talking about it in all of its awesome glory. So that's really, really important. So you take people through this experience, you give them some lovely value up front, and then you pitch, essentially. You pitch your passive income offer at the end of that. You invite people to come into your membership to buy your online course. So that's what we're doing here, right? Because there's still, these are particularly actually these days, and it's happened since like over the last kind of 5 years, I suppose, since COVID times, people are craving that connection with people, like more so than ever before. And people want to have that connection, that experience with you before they feel confident and ready to buy. So this whole process, it's really, really important if you want to be selling these things and bringing lots of people into it. Yes, there are ways that you can do this where you bring like a trickle of people into your online course or membership, but that's where we start automating things. And I'm going to talk about that as well. Um, but ultimately, we want to be putting on these, particularly if it's higher ticket, right? If it's like if you're looking to sell group programs, you're looking to sell memberships or slightly larger online courses, we want to be doing this. For like lower ticket, for like ebooks and little mini courses that are just like, I don't know, £17, £27, those kind of things. We don't really want to be doing launches like this because there's no point in doing it unless you have a huge, huge audience, which many of us, we don't have a massive audience with hundreds of thousands of people in it. So for that, we just kind of use a soft launch with emails and social media posts. And we go out there and well, we create a campaign around this. So we're saying, right, I'm gonna share. like 2 emails, 2 social media posts a day over the next 3 days. I'm going to launch my new mini course, my new ebook. It's going to be available at this price. Maybe it's slightly discounted for an introductory price or an early bird price. Or it's got like a bonus as part of that introductory offer as well. And it's only available for the next like 72 hours, and that's it. And this is how you add in that urgency factor into this to pull people off the fence so that they do come into it. It's like you'll want to grab this while it's new and fresh and it's available at this introductory price or this, or it's got this bonus right now. Um, so we do that for this, and we start leveraging, the audience that you've built, and also your existing audience as well, or your existing clients as well. So we just soft launch it. We don't like put on big events because it's too much for a low ticket item. So, you don't have to necessarily be on video during that time, although it's a nice idea for you to do that as well. If you can do some like reels and stories and things to support that launch, that soft launch, like that's always a good thing. So for those kind of things, I would go soft launch, email, social media post. This tends to work really well. So like I launched very, very recently an online course that I created in like less than 3 days. And then I think I mentioned this and then sold it with the 2 days afterwards, just like a 2 day campaign, and brought in just under £1,000 for that £27 course. So, and that was soft launching it. That's not me going out and doing like loads of like videos or doing like a webinar or a challenge or anything like that. And this is just like nice and easy. Just get some social media posts out there, get some emails out there, and give them a special introductory price for this and bonus for this. The other one that works really well, so particularly for online courses, memberships, and group programs, is a live challenge. So this is essentially a live challenge, right? So um, yeah, it's where you take people through an experience over a number of days. And so this one specifically is like a 4 day challenge. Generally, they're like 3 to 5 days. So I'm kind of going in the middle there and throwing out the rule book on that one. Um, but yeah, it's where you essentially bring lots and lots of people into this lovely experience with you, where you are helping them to solve a very specific problem. You're helping them to achieve a desire that they have, and you go live each day and you give them like a little training of some sort. You're teaching them something, but you're also giving them a task to complete each day. So generally, the whole premise of a challenge is to give people something that they can do, they can action and complete. And I love that about challenges because it's about the action taking. And I'm all about the action taking, right? We can learn and learn and learn, but that's no good if you're not actually taking action, if you're not actually putting what you're learning into action. That's really important. So I love the whole, yeah, action taking element of challenges as well. It's really important. But for me, this is a lot, right? Um, I mean, for me, I've planned this over, I'd say a 2 week period-ish of me working. So on average, I'm working, less than 20 hours a week. I'm doing bits and bobs in between that as well, like serving my clients, showing up for calls and things like that in my group program, creating some stuff for my membership. Um, so it's not like full on, but it's over a 2 week period where I'm preparing for this event itself. So this challenge, and then showing up as well for this challenge. And there was last week was there was lots and lots of lives, bonus lives going on as well, bonus trainings. And this week, that's another 4 bonus lives, and not bonus lives, but the actual lives for the challenge itself, like day 1 to day 4. So it's a lot of showing up. And, I talk a lot about being an introvert. And for me, this can be quite, if I don't manage it correctly, it can be absolutely exhausting. Um, so for me, I literally clear my schedule for the weeks that I'm showing up for this. Because I find that's the one way that I can do this where I can stay in that energy of showing up and serving and being my best self and giving you guys my best, right? So that's what works for me specifically, but you don't necessarily have to do that for your business at all, right? You can just make sure that you've got some other things taken care of around that time because it can be quite a busy period. Um, what is most important as well is that you prepare in advance for these things. So you're not like delivering the challenge, you're not like coming into your 4-day challenge and delivering those things, those lives each day, while at the same time writing your bloody sales emails and social media posts that come afterwards after you sell into your online course membership or group program. Because it's so stressful when you do that. It's so, so stressful. I used to do that and I was just like this is too much. I feel like I'm losing my mind here. And your energy just ends up like falling flat, which is the worst thing that can happen during anything like this, right? You want to be showing up with all of your passion, your enthusiasm, and your excitement. And your brain needs to be like super switched on. So it's really important that you prepare in advance. You get everything done in advance before you head into that week. Then it becomes like easy. Like for me, this week is actually easier than like most of my other weeks when I'm just working normally in my business because I'm like, no, I'm not committing to that. I'm not committing to that. Like I've got this big event going on, so I'm just gonna, I'm gonna keep everything quite minimal essentially and get the support that I need as well from like other people, personal wise. Make sure that there's like food in the house, like I'm being fed really well. Make sure that the dog's looked after as well, my partner's on board, and yeah, all of these things. Just making sure that everything is just nice and seamless around in the business and also at home, so that you're not stressing the frig out. So important for these things. So personally for me, a big part of my strategy in business is to run these kind of events like around once a month. So around once a month or so. Sometimes it's just like a one-off webinar that's like a 60-minute webinar, nice and easy. I'll just run that and then talk about my whatever it is at the end of that. Generally, it's my group program. Or these are slightly bigger, of course, and they require a little bit more preparation work for the kind of challenges. So, for example, I want to share an example with you right now as to what you could actually do here um, for a challenge, for like a 3-day kind of challenge that you could run here to get you thinking about what you can do. So you're breaking down your expertise into like simple tasks that your people, your ideal customers can do each day. And if you do like a 3-day challenge, it could be something like, the Calm Dog Challenge. 3 days to a peaceful home life with your pup, right? And you just literally give them some very easy tasks. There may be some training about the what and the why, and then you're going into a bit of the how around, and then giving them like that task to complete there. So for something like that, it could be on day one, you just do like a bit of a training and then a very simple like scent game that you give them, find it, right? So my Schnauzer, Loki absolutely loves this, where you're literally just putting treats around the house and she goes around and sniffs them out. So it could be like you're just introducing them to this awesome game. This is the first task that they do. You share some information around it, what they need to do, those kind of things, right? To help them, to help them be mentally stimulated at home. You're giving them those easy tasks so that they're more calm and relaxed in the home environment. Day two could be like a simple trick to work on together, like bow or beg or wave or something like that. You're giving them like the method that they need to understand how to do that, how to train that with their dog. Nice and simple, right? Then day three could be like making a destruction box, right? And you just um, talk about how they can make this awesome box with lots of little treats and stuff hidden inside it, and they just, they just put it in front of their dog, and the dog goes to town, and they're sniffing out all of the treats. Like, it's a lovely thing. I need to do that actually. I haven't done that in ages for Loki. Um, I need to do that again because she absolutely adores those. It's like the funnest thing. And you put paper in it and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, it's just a really fun thing. Then at the end of that, you essentially open the doors to your like online course membership group program, and you invite people into that where they can take this further. They can take that next step, get all of the step by steps that they need, all of the support that they need. So you're giving them a taster, right? And then you introduce them to your awesome paid for thing. Like, this is tried and tested. It works so well. Yeah, it's just a brilliant strategy if you ever want to bring lots and lots of people into your pay for thing. You want to be building excitement as well for that event, for that specific event, over like a 2 week period. You can go 1 week if it's more like a webinar and you've got a lot of uh, yeah, if you've got like a lot of collaborations with people where you can promote it to, or you're running Facebook ads, you can do it over like a week. But 2 weeks, no more than 2 weeks for sure, because that's too long a period of time, and people start forgetting about it and they can't remember that they signed up for that thing, right? So around, then you're building excitement for it, you're posting about it, you're telling people why they should come along to it, essentially. Um, And yeah, as I mentioned, you do not want to be hustling while you're actually in like launch mode. So make sure you prepare everything beforehand, right? That's really, really important. Okay, let me have a little look. Sarah, I can categorically say I don't crave connection with people, only dogs. That is fair. Like, that is fair. Um, Yeah, there are people, like particularly, I'm talking about this in terms of a business sense, customer to business sense, like for our customers to feel confident in working with us, in buying from us. We crave a little bit more of that connection at the moment to ensure that we can see that they're credible, that we can trust them. Like, that is more important than ever at the moment. So yeah, I get what you're saying there, because often, yeah, for me, it's like I'm exactly the same. Um, Give me all of the animals in the world, and I'm like, yes, this is amazing. I'm in my element here. But often with people, as an introvert, it can be tiring sometimes for sure. So I've got to be careful with that, right? It's all about boundaries and things. I talk loads about boundaries as well, on my podcast, in my book, and in my academy as well. It's really important that we have boundaries, guys. And we're enforcing those boundaries as well, which can often be one of the hardest parts of it, actually. Even if you put it in like your terms and conditions and you're communicating it with your clients, often the hardest part is actually enforcing them when someone starts pushing them. Yeah, okay. If someone is doing this as a side gig with the hope of transitioning it into full time, is it best to aim for a trickle or go big to see how quick the side gig becomes the main gig? I would always say to go big with a launch first of all, because you want to kind of test out uh like your audience and what resonates with them, and you'll learn loads and loads and loads from doing launches like this. um so I'd always say, go big with that, then you can like collect that data. Basically, it'll give you a lot of insight. With the trickle method and evergreen, like, it can take a while for you to understand what's actually not working there. And you don't really want to do that first of all, because you want to test these things out live before going into the automation side of things. So yeah, go big for sure. Um, and just be open as well to that, because incredible things. If you're thinking about this is a side gig. hope of transitioning into full time. It's like, yeah, go freaking big. What have you got to lose? What have you got to lose by going big? And you'll very quickly see, like, if this is tangible, if this is the direction that you want to go down, all of these things. You'll learn so much. So yeah, I can like go all in. Love that. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Samantha. No worries at all. Sarah, what about ads? Yeah, because people just don't see your offering, I find, unless you're running ads. Yeah, it's as I mentioned before, social media right now and the algorithms and organic social media is becoming more and more and more challenging. Um, like it still works for sure, and you can still get a lot of traction. Uh, you need to have nailed your messaging for sure and understand very, very deeply who your ideal customer is and create the kind of content that's going to resonate with them deeply. Like this is hugely important, a big part of what I teach as well, for sure. But yes, with ads, you can just supercharge that. Like, yeah, basically ads can just like really complement everything that you're doing organic wise. So we I would never ever recommend just running ads and not having an organic social media marketing strategy because you need to have the two. You can do organic marketing without the ads for sure, but you can't really do the ads without the organic side of things because as soon as some people from those ads they like come over to your page like your Facebook page or your Instagram and they see that you're not active, you're not really doing anything, there comes the suspicion, right? And they start thinking, oh, is this person really for real? Like, are they a real business? What's going on there? They're not really posting, they're not really active. So what's happening there? So we want to use Facebook ads in support of our marketing strategy, our social media strategy, to boost our results, to supercharge it, right? That's what we want to be doing here. But for sure, like me personally, I use ads quite a lot in my business. I use it to support my organic marketing because I want to, like, I just want to make a bigger impact much quicker than organic can deliver, right? So I use it to run ads to my lead magnets for sure. So I'll have lead magnets, ads running to my lead magnet all of the time, like literally all of the time. And I'll put like about 10, £20 a day on that. And it just ticks over nicely and brings people onto my list every single day. Um, and for sure, when I'm running things like this, running like big events, webinars, challenges, I will run ads to that to bring people into it. Gone are the days where I can just like post a few posts to social media or to like my email list and say, come and join this like awesome webinar or challenge, and loads of people will flock into it. Like I used to use Facebook groups a lot as well. Like other people's Facebook group because I have like really great relationships going on with some other awesome like pet business people, like coach type people. And I used to post in their Facebook groups, but reach on social media is just diabolical these days. So it's a difficulty for sure. So I use ads because it's an easier way to do it. It's just one of those things. Are there common times, days that work best to offer the meeting time for the challenge? I realize ideally we are reaching people all over, but any certain strategies to pick in the day and time? The one that aligns with you is what I will say to that, right? I used to worry about this so much when I was putting on these things, these webinars and challenges. And I would run it at like 7 p.m., like UK time, because I thought, oh, people are in work and they're gonna wanna like yeah, they're gonna wanna like do it after they've come home and after they've eaten some dinner or whatever. And I will do it to suit that. But for me, as a person, like I'm not at my best in the evenings. Like I'm terrible in the evenings. I don't have my business head on at 7 p.m. at night. So I'm showing up and I'm like I'm just showing up like and slightly resenting it because I'm supposed to be relaxing. Like this is 7 p.m. It's my relaxing time where I'm chilling out. Um, so what's most important is that it aligns with you, it feels good for you. So like that's really important. So for me, like 2 p.m., I'm on it. I'm like, I'm here, I'm fully switched on. You've got my attention. I'm here to be of service to you guys, right? I'm here to help you. But like 7 p.m. or even like 9 o'clock in the morning, no, that's not for me. That's not gonna work for me. I'm not a morning person. I've got stuff to do, like walk locally and things like that. Late at night, I'm relaxing, I'm chilling out from the day. So you do what suits you. And the thing that I say is, like, if it's important to people, they will come along for it. If it's important, they will come along for it. There's always going to be a replay as well for them to catch up if they want to afterwards. But we need to be making times for the things that are important to us as well, which is what I like to get across to people. Like, commit to this, show up to this. Often as well, if like I'm doing a webinar, I will often give away a live only bonus for people. So that gives them the incentive to come along to it live as well. So yeah, there's things that you can do there. So I hope that helps. Okay. Boundaries can be challenging, especially when you're passionate about your work. Yeah, absolutely. So this has been a hard lesson for me over the years, like real hard lesson for me. But I'm big on boundaries now. I enforce them, I talk about them, I encourage people, like in all senses as well, not just in business, like and with your clients, but your own personal boundaries in terms of like the rules that you set yourself, like around the times that you're going to be answering emails or answering phone calls or looking at social media, like be strict with yourself here because it's really important that we're not like draining ourselves unintentionally as well in that way. So it's important to have personal boundaries and with the people around you, like your personal relationships also. But also, yeah, with clients obviously, and what those boundaries look like. I'm excited and scared at the same time about launching. Yeah, I totally feel you on that because, like, I've mentioned this before, but I used to have a crippling fear of being visible and specifically being on camera as well. But I will say to you that the more you do it, the easier it gets. And you just have to do it, right? Like nothing good happens when you're in your comfort zone and you're just stuck in your comfort zone. Like I'm just over here doing all of the things that I know I can do and I know are a sure thing and I know nothing's going to go wrong. Like nothing good happens when you do that. So we need to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone. And if you have that like excited but butterflies in your stomach type thing going on, that is a really good sign. That is a really good sign that this is something that is an opportunity for you and a possibility that you're opening your mind to and you're thinking, you know what? Yeah, that fills me with some excitement to go and do that. Because like with these things as well, with webinars and challenges, it's not just like the sales that you get from that thing as well. Like that's obviously a lovely bonus here. Like we get sales at the end of that. It's a tangible thing. We show up, we do the thing, and we get sales at the end of it. Like that's awesome. But also it's like around that is just the wider visibility that you get, like on an ongoing basis, if you're doing it like every month or something like that, the wider visibility that you get and the recognition that you then get from doing that. And people start, they start paying attention. They're like, oh, she's doing this really exciting free event again. Awesome, I'm going to come along to that. People start talking as well, and you may get collaborations with other pet professionals because they can see that you mean business. You're here to play, right? So yeah, it is exciting, hugely exciting, which is why I had to like overcome that fear of being visible and why I recommend, everyone just perseveres with it. I I say this, it's one of those like cliche comments, but if I can do it, you can do it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart because yeah, I was the most kind of like just like introverted, very, very shy, I suppose, when it comes to things like this, showing up on camera. I was just one of those people that was just like, no, that is not happening. I would not entertain the idea for years and years in my business, but you can do it. You for sure can do it. If you can stand in front of people like a person, like a pet parent and the dog, or if you're doing classes or something like that, like you can do this. It's the same thing, it's just online. It's just with a camera, right? Sue, is that Facebook ads or Google? So, yeah, Facebook ads, meta ads that run to Facebook and Instagram, not Google. Google's great for like local, like if you want to fill your local services, like you've got some classes, um, one-to-one, like a lovely dog training program, or you're a behaviorist, or you're a groomer and you want to fill, your dog grooming slots. Google's great. Google's really good for that. It's great for local stuff. Facebook and Instagram, that is best for passive income offers, like for sure. And you can use it for local, like Facebook ads, you can use that for local as well. But I wouldn't use Google for passive income offers. Yeah, Facebook ads, guess it. Yeah, okay. Sarah, as the reach of social media is so bad, it stops me from doing much because it takes my energy away, and there's other things I could be doing, e.g. Canva or trying to build a website. Fail. Going to really try with MailerLite one-page website. Yeah. I would say that like there are lots of different ways that you can market your business for sure. Like you don't even have to be on social media if you don't want to. There are other things that you can do. But we need to have a way that we can grow and connect and nurture an audience. We need to have a way to do that, right? Um, so yeah, you can absolutely use social media if you want to, and it is a good idea to use it because it is free. It is free, and if you can create just like and have a presence there that will connect with people, that's always a good thing. But there are other ways that you can do this for sure, other ways to market your business that will potentially align better with you. But yeah, that's awesome that you're focusing on MailerLite as well and creating that one-page website. That's a really good start there. Get something up where, like specifically for like your lead magnet, get something up that people can sign up to so you can start building that audience. I've turned down TV invites because I hate being on camera, but now I just go with the flow. Yeah, no one cares what you look like, only what you can do for them. Exactly. 100%. Yeah, like we can get so caught up in our minds, like it's our ego basically, in like the most loving way I say that. It is our ego, our own ego, us thinking, oh, I hate how I look, I hate how I sound, what are people thinking of me, am I being judged, all of those things. It's just ego, but they don't care about any of that. They don't care how you look. Like you've probably got loads of things, like personal things that you're really worried about that no one even notices. They just care about like what you're saying and what's in it for them, how you can help them. If you can get them a result, like that's all they're interested in. Don't care about anything else. So you're exactly right there. I am that person, and that's what's been holding me back. Yeah, you can do this, Petra. And I want to say as well, like take baby steps, go slightly outside of your comfort zone, then do it again, then do it again. Like if something like this feels like super scary to you, like doing a webinar or doing a challenge, just start with going live or doing a recorded video. First of all, that's only private, like start with a recorded video that's only private to you. Just get used to talking to the camera. You don't have to share it with anyone, but you can if you want to. And then like eke it up further. So start with then going live. Like you can create like a group, a Facebook group that's private to you, and you can just get used to the controls and like the tech as to how you actually go live and then present in that way. So you're dipping your toe in even further and you're doing it that way. And then maybe you can start going live for real to your smallest audience. Like, say you have just a few people on Instagram, go live there, right? So just like eke it out. You don't have to go bosh, like I'm throwing yourself right into the deep end. Start with little baby steps into this, and soon enough, you'll be presenting like a webinar to, I don't know, like a few people, and then you'll be like, wow, what was I so worried about? What was all the fuss about? I really enjoyed that. Like, and hopefully you get to the point where you do enjoy it. Because for a long time I was doing things like this actually. Um, I'm doing it, but kind of because it was the strategy of the time, and I felt like I had to do it and didn't really enjoy it, and it felt like really hard work to me because I wasn't quite at a point yet where I was showing up as my full self. Um, it still felt slightly forced and like I was putting on like an act, I suppose, for people and showing up how I thought other people wanted me to show up. So as soon as I got to the point where I was just like, do you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to show up as myself and be my true, authentic person, like as I am normally. That is when you start enjoying it. And you're like, you know what? This is great. I love doing this. I love showing up in this way. That's the point that we want to get to, really. Um, just imagine you're talking to one person who needs your help. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. What about doing podcasts on Spotify or other platforms? Yeah, absolutely. You can do that too. Like you can do that. So podcasts are essentially what I call, so we're going slightly off topic here, but podcasts are essentially what I call core content, and that's a part of your marketing strategy. So core content can be created in three different ways, ultimately, about three different ways. So you can have a podcast, which is awesome, which is just audio and you like showing up on a regular basis and delivering value to your audience, right? You are, yeah, you're showing up as the expert for sure. The next one is video. So you could have like a YouTube channel where you're showing up on video like every like week. If you can do it every week is the best way to do it. And you're delivering awesome value to your audience. You're giving them like tips on how they can like better care for their pet in whatever way. Or you can have a blog on your website where it's all written, right? It's all text-based. And again, you're showing up and you're delivering value. So we need to have core content as part of our marketing strategy. We need that. We can't just be showing up on social media and just posting surface level content because everyone's doing that. And it's, look, he's just scratching the floor if you can hear that. Every other like dog trainer and dog walker is doing that. And yeah, it's just like, oh, that's nice, but there's nothing more to it, right? So we want to like take this deeper. We want to show that we're the expert. We want to show that we're the go-to person in our field. And we do that with core content because it means that they spend more time with us, they get to know us, they build that connection with us, right? That's what that's all about. So yes, you can do podcasts on Spotify. I've got my own podcast as well, so it's part of my marketing strategy. But I would use that as a long-term like a marketing strategy, not for running what we're talking about here, which is like challenges and webinars and things like that. Um, yeah, okay. Okay. I've just set up a Ko-fi account as well. ChatGPT told me. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. Um, you're welcome to share what that is, Sarah. It's one that I'm not aware of. So I can upload digital products and my services. Ah, okay, I see. Ah, okay. So that's like um, a potential website builder that you've got there that includes those digital products as well, like uploading online courses and things. Awesome, like brilliant. Yeah, as I mentioned, there's loads out there. There's loads and loads of different platforms out there. I like your idea of going private first. Thanks for this. Yeah, that's how I started. That is literally what I did to go live. About about 6 years ago, I'd say I was in a group program actually, like a business coaching program, and it was that first, like I was really just behind the scenes, really quiet, really like yeah, just really like happy in my own little comfort zone behind my computer, and I was writing marketing copy for different businesses. That's how I started. And this was where I really kind of delved into that business coaching side of things and grew my confidence in a massive way. And that's where they encouraged me to like go live for the first time. And what I did, I was like, oh, hold on a second. Like even just going in the private group for that group program, I was like, whoa, I can't possibly do that. Like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. Um, and they suggested to do that, but I then thought, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to do this somewhere else first of all, because that feels like too much to me. So yeah, I did that, and that's how it all kind of started with the getting visible side of things. And now it's yeah, like 6 years later, and being visible like this just doesn't faze me anymore at all. Online presentations are easy if you just think you were talking to one person. Yeah, I love doing them now as it means I can share so much. Absolutely. That's the thing as well, isn't it? Like if you're essentially letting that fear control you, because that's what it is letting the fear control what you're doing, like your thoughts, and then your thoughts are controlling the action that you take. If you're letting your fear control you, like you are literally sabotaging yourself and stopping yourself from that success that you know is within your grasp that you're meant to have, right? So, yeah, I just want to encourage everyone to like this is just a big lesson in like push those comfort zones every single day. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone every single day because it will take you very, very, very far. So if things like being on camera scare you, what can you do today to just step outside of that comfort zone a little bit and yeah, just push those boundaries, push your own boundaries here around those fears, right? Yeah, I want you to step outside of it because it can be a very comfortable, as we know, place to live in. And for me, as yeah, just an introvert, someone that loves actually naturally being in their comfort zone I find it very difficult sometimes to push those comfort zones, but it is so necessary in business, so necessary. It's kind of like Patreon. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, got you. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, if you found a platform that works for you, that's awesome, right? So there's lots and lots. I just used the ones I was talking about before as a suggestion. But yeah, there's lots out there for sure. Awesome. Okay, so let's get on to your homework. So what I want you to do today is to essentially decide on the free event that you're going to run. So this launch trigger, this like webinar or this challenge. It could be like a three-part workshop as well, rather than or like a two-part workshop if it needs to be broken up a little bit. Um, yeah, what are you going to do here to bring people into that free event? Like what free event are you going to do to bring people into your passive income offer? So what is it going to be? Webinar, challenge, workshop, right? Um, and what's the topic as well of your challenge or webinar? So what are you actually going to run here? So I want to give you an example actually from my own business so that you understand how all of this connects over what we've done so far in the bootcamp. So for me, we were talking about the ideation side of things on Monday, right? And we were looking at what we're going to create for our passive income offer. So, example from my business, the Limitless Pets Academy, right? That is what my paid for offer is, the Limitless Pets Academy. And that is where, people can come into that, grow their businesses exponentially, increase their income, their impact, and their freedom. and create those passive income offers as well and get them selling for them and yeah, make that a huge success, right? So that's the passive income offer. The lead magnet that I've created is the passive income calculator. So this is where people can understand how much they can actually earn online through digital resources, right? This is a free ebook essentially. It's like, yeah, it's just a PDF that I've designed in Canva and people can sign up to it and they can download it for free. Okay, so that's what I've got for my free lead magnet. So that relates to that. Then my launch trigger, my free event, has been this passive income bootcamp, right? So I'm taking you guys through this awesome experience over 4 days where I'm showing you how you can go from like literally no passive income offer to creating the idea for that thing. You know, we're talking all about that. I'm giving you some trainings, giving you some tasks, easy tasks to complete each day, building an audience for that. So we looked at your lead magnet, right? To actually selling it, the selling strategy behind that, right? So that's how that works, and that's how all of that connects together. It all relates to each other, and but they all serve a very specific purpose. Of course, you've got your paid offer, this bringing in the money for your business, right? Where you can serve people on a much higher, deeper level. You've got the lead magnet to grow your audience, to grow your email list on a consistent basis. And then you've got your free event where you are taking people through that experience with you. You're nurturing a relationship with them. You're delivering all of that awesome value up front. And then you're inviting them, if they're ready, to take the next step into your paid for offer afterwards, right? So I hope that gives you an idea of how all of that like works together. Um, but as I mentioned, like start with the lead magnet first of all. We want to start with the audience building side of things. We want to think about obviously what that idea is first of all, then start actually taking action on setting up your lead magnet and everything that you need there so you can start building your audience now. Um, yeah, okay. If we were doing an ebook for the passive income offer, is a free 3-day challenge too much for the free event? Probably, yeah, I would say so. So for this, as I mentioned, we want to be soft launching for ebooks, which is essentially going to be like a few emails and a few social posts over, say, like 3 days, where you are saying you've got this awesome introductory offer, introductory price, early bird price, whatever you want to call it for your ebook, or you've got like a bonus that is offered as part of that for a set period of time, just the 3 days. That's the deadline. After that, it's going to go up to X, Y, Z price, or this bonus is going to disappear. So we keep it more simple for that because that is going to be low ticket, right? And you know, we don't want to be yeah, doing long-winded things, I suppose, like this for really low ticket stuff. Keep it simple for that. Okay, so what's a faceless option? So that is actually a faceless option there, Sarah, where you're just doing like a short campaign, a short soft launch over the 3 days. It's just emails, it's just social media posts, right? And you may have other things supporting that around that as well. So say you do have a podcast, say you do have a blog, say you do have a YouTube channel, you might want to use those channels also, which is what I do. I start like when I'm thinking about an event that I'm going to be creating, I start integrating that into my podcast episodes. So I will make those podcast episodes relevant to what I'm going to be talking about in the event, right? And I say like at the beginning or at the end of that, I'm holding this awesome free event very soon. So here's where you can sign up to it. I'd love you to come along to that. So literally like everything, it all aligns, right? It's all seamless in my marketing strategy. Everything makes sense where I'm active online. It's all gearing towards this specific online event, right? So I hope that makes sense. If you're doing the ebook option, hmm, in terms of the task, so yeah, because the homework thread, we're talking about the kind of free event that you'll run and what's the topic of your challenge webinar. Instead, put in essentially for the soft launch now for ebooks and things like that, put in what you're going to do. So are you going to be running like a soft launch over 3 days? How long are you going to be running it for? Um, what's your urgency factor going to be as well? I want to see in the homework thread. So what is the price of your ebook going to be? What is your like introductory price going to be for that? What's that urgency part going to be? Are you going to be offering a bonus or is it just going to be a discounted price? So do that. Like, what are you going to be doing for your soft launch? Is it going to be like a 3 day soft launch, social media posts and emails? What are you going to do for your urgency factor? Is there going to be, what's the early bird price going to be? What's the normal price going to be? So put that in. So the homework for a free event doesn't apply to ebooks. Yeah, our homework would be the soft launch marketing campaign. Yes, yeah. Um, yes. So yeah, do it that way for the homework. So let me know what you're going to be doing for the soft launch essentially. So write out like just start brainstorming what you're going to do for that. And just put in some details in the homework thread for that for the ebooks. Um, yeah, if that makes sense. All right. Okay. I can't see any further questions. So I think I will leave it there. So as always, I will put up the homework thread after this again. Do make sure that you do that. You spend some time doing this homework, right? It's not I'm not giving you like crazy amounts of work to do here. So just spend like 10, 20 minutes just thinking about these things, right? And planning it out and creating these things for yeah, the different homework threads. And so I'll do that after this, put that thread up. And yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow. So tomorrow's the last day. Yeah, so tomorrow's the last day. So it's going to be again at 2 p.m. UK time. So I'm going to be talking a bit about systemizing tomorrow. So this is a really important step because I want you guys to be thinking about like how you can automate this side of things, like the systems that you want to be using here um because it's really important. It is really important that we're not like manually doing all of these things because it defeats the point of it being passive income. This is we want to set this up to support you long term. We need to have systems in place that will just tick over like clockwork in the background without you having to worry about it. There's just no crazy scramble or anything like that. It all just works really seamlessly and you're just like you're on holiday for a week and people are buying from you and they're getting access to all the things they need to get access to. The money's coming in, it's just a brilliant thing. And we've got access to all of these like awesome tools, online tools that can really support us to do all of this. So I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow. So that's really important. I'll also be sharing the prizes as well. So the prizes for the most engaged, I'll be sharing that at the end, and also the details of how you can take this further and work with me as well. So it's all going to be really exciting stuff. You're very welcome, Kish. You're very welcome, Sarah. Perfect. Love that. Yes, taking action, cracking on. I love that. Amazing, guys. So I will see you back here tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time as always. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Yeah, have a lovely rest of your day, and we will catch up tomorrow. Bye.